Hello everyone, my name is Leila Malik and I'm here with Ian Austin, who's the MP for Dudley North. We are here today to interview Ian for Parliament Week 2018. Ian, thank you for coming.
Not at all, thank you for coming to see me.
The questions I'm about to ask you, Ian, were put together at Dem Jam 2018, which was a hackathon that brought together the young people of Dudley. It was organised by a new union, Dudley Youth Council and Dudley Youth Service.
Fantastic.
In association with Black Country Radio, which was held in Dudley Council Chambers early this month.
Brilliant. Okay.
The questions are set on 4 themes who young people identified as the most youth issues that affect Dudley. These are mental health, homelessness, crime and employment. Before we start, I would just like to say, if anybody out there has any views on this interview, please reach out on Twitter using the hashtag DemJam.
Brilliant.
So Ian, shall we start?
Okay.
The first question is based on mental health. How do you think the curriculum can be changed to improve mental health, and how can we access support?
Okay. Well, I think that the first thing I think is that there should be that mental health issues should be taken as seriously as physical health problems, that there should be a sort of, they call it parity of esteem, but they should be treated just as seriously. And I think when I see how long young people have to wait for mental health support, I think it's scandalous.
It is,
I think these services are not provided nearly quickly enough. So I think there should be proper support in every school for young people, and I think that should be a real priority. And I think it's stressful and difficult for young people. The pressure of exams, lots of young people have problems at home. Some people are young carers. All these sorts of things. So I think there's got to be much more support given to young people at school, and mental health support should be available in every school. And I think that I think that's something that's really needed.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Ian, thank you. So, why is the rate of homelessness increasing, and what are you going to do to change this?
Okay, I think this is a scandal. I mean, we're now seeing people sleeping rough, not just in big cities like London or Birmingham, but even on streets in Dudley, which we've never seen before.
No.
We've never had that before. I think it's absolutely unbelievable, and I think there's lots of reasons for this. I think that the cost of buying or renting a home have increased. There's a shortage of housing, but I think there's also not enough support for some people who've got mental health problems or addiction issues, and I think benefit cuts have caused real problems in this area. So I think there's a whole range of reasons, but I think it's a scandal, and I think it should be the number one priority. This should be a really big priority to sort this out. And I've done a lot of work with the YMCAE's Open Doors project, which is a fantastic project for homeless and vulnerable young people. We've worked with local housing associations like Chad. Last year, during the cold spell, we got one of the local churches to open up for the weekend to provide emergency accommodation for people who were sleeping rough and who were unable to get to the hostel in Leila, which is where the council want to send people. And I spend a lot of time campaigning in Parliament for more against benefit cuts, for more support for Dudley Council, which has had its funding cut really badly, and for more homes to be built so that we can deal with some of these problems.
I agree, thank you. And moving on to the next question, how do you think we can deter young people away from resorting to crime, and what do you think influences them?
Well, I think that, look, we've lost 2,000 police officers in the West Midlands. We used to have community policing teams in every local area with a police sergeant, PCSOs, and police constables, and that's completely gone. And so I think there's a real problem that the lack of community policing. The police station here in Dudley has been closed. Crime has increased overall by 11%, but violent crime has gone up by more than that. And knife crime is a real problem.
Crime is,
And so I think there needs to be. I think the government should reverse the police cuts, should support the police properly, so that we see police on the street, and there's a visible presence of, that the police are around. But I also think things like, youth services have been cut, youth clubs are closed. There are fewer activities for young people to keep them off the streets and out of trouble. So I think this needs to be, this needs to be a priority as well.
So do you think schools should host activities and workshops to educate young people on how dangerous it is to commit a crime?
Absolutely, and I think young people have got to get the message that carrying a knife is, it doesn't make them safer. No. It makes them more vulnerable, and it makes it more dangerous for people. And I think actually there should be tougher penalties for people caught with knives. People have got to understand if they're caught with a knife, that's a really serious offence, and it should be treated properly.
Thank you. And moving on to the last question.
Yeah.
Some young people have lived and are still living in conditions where they don't know where food is coming on for the next day. Poverty can give long-term health effects, including mental health issues. What will you do to prevent this from happening for our generation?
Well, I think there should be a proper strategy to prevent child poverty. Child poverty has increased over the last 8 years, and I think that's just unbelievable. And it's a scandal really for a society like ours. And I think every child deserves a first-class start in life. Yeah. And I think if they don't get that, then the long-term, they don't get a good start in life with proper investment in education and health, then the long-term problems the long-term effect of that is a real problem for them, but it's also a much bigger cost for society as a whole in the future. So I'd want to see things like proper investment in Sure Start family centres that we used to have, so that you get early intervention, so that very young children get a really good start in life. I want to see better school standards here in Dudley. I want to see more young people staying on at school, going to college, doing apprenticeships, going to university, doing all these things. I think that we need more support and investment in mental health services. Mental health service funding has been cut by £600 million over the last 8 years, which is just a terrible decision. And the local government association says that children's services need an extra £2 billion spent on them by 2020. So I think this government's got the wrong priorities, and I think it should have a different approach to give young people a better start in life.
So do you agree that education is very important to have as a background?
Well, I think education's the number one thing.
Yeah.
And I think in today's society, in today's economy, the jobs you get and how prosperous you are and the standard of living you're going to have is going to depend more and more on the knowledge you've got and the qualifications you have. And so that's why young people have got to get a first-class start in life and a better quality of education here in Dudley.
Well, thank you, Ian. I think the work you're going to do is going to make a big difference.
Well, look, thank you very much. That's very good of you. But, I think the work the Youth Council does is fantastic. So keep up the good work and let me know if I can help in future.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Before we go, is there anything you'd like to say?
No. I think it's a fantastic project. Keep up the good work and let me know if I can help.
Thank you.
All right. Well done. Let's shake hands. All right. Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye.
There you go. I've just interviewed Ian Austin. Let us know what you think and how you thought he answered. Get in touch and be part of the conversation on Twitter at #DenJam.